John, and I'm part of the Tūhono Taonga program that we've started up at Hei. Just thought what we'd do for the first instance is just go over a few lashing techniques just to help with these educational videos that we're going to be doing many of. So here's the first one. Okay, so here's the Pounamu here. So what I've done is I've done some notching to the side there. I've just nicked the side of the taonga there, of the Roimata, and then I've drilled a hole there, and I've done a bit of a tongue and groove, just like that. So what I need to do now is I need to get a piece of cord. Yep. Just thread it through. Hopefully it'll go through without a hitch. Oh yeah, sweet as. Yeah, there you go. And the first thing I do is I tend to do these what do you call it, adjustable knots. That's the first thing I do when I'm doing a lashing. I do the adjustable knots. The first thing I do is I fold it in half like that, just 3 or 4 centimeters out. Then I pierce that through like that. I'm holding it with my finger and thumb like that, and then I've got a pull through cord. That pull through cord goes directly on top, so it's almost 2 fish heads kissing, just like that. Holding it with my finger and thumb, the legs are poked out that way, and then a cord directly on top of it, this one here, directly on top. So now I've come between my finger and thumb, I'm holding 3 of those. So I've got 2 legs, I've got this really long cord there, and they've got that free cord running backwards and forwards like that. Okay, so next stage, for this very last cord that I've positioned between my finger and thumb, I'm going to start coiling that around this here, and this is going to form my knot, my adjustable knot. Okay, so 1, I'm just going to go right around, number 2, number 3, number 4, number 5. It's quite lineal, really nice close together, not too tight, quite lineal though. 6, and to the end of that intersection there. Okay, I'm going to push it a little bit more so it just judders into that intersection. Now I'm going to cross over directly on top like a double-decker bus. I'm going to repeat the same process but work towards my finger and my thumb there. 4, 5, 6, 7, and I'm going to go over that very first rotation. Okay, now the pull through cord, bit of a loop there. I'm going to position that I've been coiling in between the loop, like a eye of the needle. Hold these 2 bits there, and I'm going to pull the legs. Okay. Sometimes you've got to pull it quite tight. There you go. So I'm not quite finished yet, so now what I have to do is pull that a little bit tighter. Yeah, there you go. Pretty simple. Well, I think it's simple. It's like the 1000th one I've done now, I think. Tidy it up a little bit, use the lighter, and then of course this other side here, just make it look a little bit pretty. Okay, so that's 1. Now that should just run backwards and forwards on that free cord, like that, like so. Now I kind of just go over my head like this, give a bit of an idea, rough gauge. I think that I've got the average side head, but I've probably got a slightly bigger head than the normal people, but anyway, that's for another show. So anyway, so I'm going to give myself a little bit more spacing, and this is where I'm going to start on this one here. So exactly the same thing as what I did with the first one, but it's going to loop onto this cord here. Okay, a bit tricky. There you go. So now that one's going to run free on that one, and that one's running free on the other one. Okay, so repeat the process. 2 fish heads in between the finger and thumb, and that long cord or here directly on top, and the same process. Start coiling 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, maybe 7. good luck. Yeah, directly on top again. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and over that very first coil that I did right at the start. So that's 14 coils. Thread it through the hole and pull tight. Pull that tight. Okay. Okay, so that's what I've got now. I've got 2 of those doing that. What I'll do is I'll just tidy that up a little bit. You see the adjustable cord. Just, it's a bit naughty, but I'm going to pull it with my teeth. Should have had my own, what do you call it, pliers here, but I left them downstairs, so a little bit naughty. Anyway, here we go. Too easy, see? Look at that. Just like I brought one. Cool. Now what I want to do now is I want to line them up so in the same place, like so. So they're not doing this sort of a thing like that. Same place. Hold like that. Cool. And now I can start doing the lashing. So same as what I did before, the same principle. As I want to do exactly the same sort of knot as to what I've got there here to start it off. And then, yeah, we'll commence with the lashing itself. So try and do that 7. 1, 2, 3, 4. Adjust it a little bit more. 5, 6. Oops. 7. Go directly on top again. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 7. You notice that the cord's slightly longer because I'm going to use the same cord itself to do the lashing. This essentially showed you how to do this knot a few times now, so I'm just going to zip through it. Okay, so there we go. There's the knot. I'm going to tidy it up a little bit. Your tidy kiwi. Cool. So there you go. Okay, so last stage, the lashing in itself. So we've got the 3 knots. Cord's in a nice place, cord's right, yeah, looks good. Pull through cord itself is going to go this way, yeah, it's going to go directly underneath, okay, so directly behind the Pounamu like this. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to start doing some ties. So I'm going to loop it in this way, pull it in that way like that. I'm going to start creating these ties. So it's a half hitch tie, that's all I'm doing. It's half hitch. So I'm going to go like that with the Pounamu, go in that way and come in this way like that. Go the opposite way now. Do exactly the same thing, half hitch in between and loop it the other way. Okay, and tighten it up a little bit. That's what the notches are for, to keep it in that same place. That way. That's what I'm doing, pulling it through, just creating a half hitch knot like that, looping it like that, in between the loop, just pulling it out again, turn it around, in between the loop, pulling it through, turning it around, this way. Cord's probably too long, eh? Oh well, getting there. You kind of see that, eh? You kind of see what it's forming there. Just a series of these half hitch knots that are creating this spine, you know. It's almost telling me which way to go because the cord's coming this way. So it's telling me that I can turn there. Okay. The cord's going out that way now, so it's telling me to go that way. It's easier when it tells you what to do. Yep, like that. Through. And I might do a couple more for good luck. Probably don't even need to, but it's all good. One. Let's have a look at that. Straighten that up a little bit. Oh yeah, 2 more. Okay, just 2 more then. 1, 2. Okay, so let's have a look at it now. It looks pretty good. There's enough there, I'd say. There's enough of a lashing there in itself. I don't want to go too far down it, otherwise this will be a complete lash. You know. Just cutting off the remainder cord. I'm going to put that through there now, through the hole. You know, got a hole there so it doesn't ride completely up. Put a bit of pressure, and I'm just going to pull it through the center. It's riding a little bit. That's alright. I can push it down a little bit more. Modify it. Apply it for a little bit more before I burn it. Okay, so that's how I do a lashing on a Roimata. Just to finish it off, lighter there, just at the top. You notice there's only a few mils, you know, and I'm just going to burn that there, and that will just help fuse it a little bit so it doesn't come undone. But that's how I'd bind a Roimata.